When I was in high school, I looked for validation and attention in all the wrong places. My mom was a single mom, and so my dad wasn't really involved in my life. And so I really sought to fill that void in other places, mostly from young men. And I would dress provocatively and kind of act out just to get attention. I would go out with my friends all the time, go drinking and parties and stay out all night long. And this kind of escalated because just hanging out with my friends and going to parties didn't seem to be enough after a while. I started meeting people off of the internet. They would come to my house, I'd give them my home address, and they'd come pick me up, and we would go hang out, and I would get my attention needs met that way. But one night, I made a very poor choice, and I put myself in a very dangerous position. And that one night of my senior year in high school, I was raped. He told me that nobody would ever care about me, that I was dirty, and he said a lot of horrible things about me. He put his cigarettes out on my legs, and I believed every word that he said. He told me nobody would believe me, and so I didn't tell anybody for the longest time. Not even my mom. I just thought, after having something like this happen to me, how could anybody ever care for me? I mean, my own dad didn't really care for me. So I joined the Air Force at 17, left home, tried to go at it on my own, and I thought that things would get better and that I wouldn't do those things anymore, but the attention-seeking behavior just continued. And I would continue to look for that attention and that validation in other people, and then later on in work. And running away just never fixed the problem. It wasn't until I spoke to a counselor about what had happened and kind of worked through some of those things that I really kind of started to separate the lies from the truth and started to understand a little bit more about who I was. And then as I kind of grew into that and started down that journey of healing and restoration, I started going to church and just started seeking the truth about who I was. And it was in that I discovered who God says that I am, and that it doesn't matter what anybody says about me or what has happened to me in my past, that those things do not define me, but that I am loved and I'm cherished and I have a purpose, and my story has a purpose. Raped, abused, renewed, restoration. That's my story.